Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Okay, so I'll briefly tell you the kind of journey what we have together, not only me, because with me there are people who are also a part of my journey. Okay, so there is a presentation what I am presenting to other institutes also, as well as some corporate, including Reliance also. Right now, we inducted. You can say we have a agreement with Reliance also. So we are just introducing them how we have moved into today's stage. So I just present you that. Then after that, we'll see what all you have worked. So you can at least have a flair what I am talking about. Now I have two companies. Okay, one is Design Lipi and another is Craft Lipi. Okay, to be little, most of the time people generally ask what is Lipi? Is it your wife's name? So there's a very, in India, generally people, start their company with daughter's name, with father's name, with, wife's name or something like that. And there are people who are having all the names of the family with the company, attached to the company. Okay, so that's more of a practice in Indian companies. So Lipi is basically a script. Okay, Sri Lipi in graphic is generally used. Okay, Lipi is a script. So we generally start from scratch. Okay, whatever we think of or think of doing or think of making, we generally start from scratch. Means it's more of even in my design school, people Somiti sir used to talk about learn and unlearn. Okay, so we generally unlearn things, forget things, and then starting from scratch. Because most of the time when you start working on a concept or design, we generally go by constant. Okay, some are a mental blockage, some are obviously blockage comes from our experience and knowledges. Okay, whatever we have acquired. So the newness never comes. Okay, so kabhi agar newness aata hai to even in industry also I have seen it's more like you are aborting concepts before even letting it land on the ground. Okay, that's what exactly happens in case of Indian innovations. So I'll just talk about what exactly the kind of company we are, the little background, how we started. what we have actually tried to do something to with a craft, revamping it totally. Revamping means it's not that okay you can easily introduce technology here. I'll tell you my journey also, how we stumble in each and every stages working with those artisans, okay, who are mainly in villages. And even frankly speaking, our setup is in villages. It's our own building, three-story building. We have constructed everything from scratch again. We have ground floor, which is totally, workshop, and people are working there. Roadside front is having a showroom where people are coming in and, looking at the product, and their business are also coming in or placing bulk orders and getting the products maybe on the same day or maybe the next day. That's the kind of things are happening. It's happening every day. So background was more like a studying the, before even I came from Mumbai to Kolkata, I studied a lot because I used to travel very little towards this side. But when I thought of doing something, okay, why not starting something which is little different and maybe in West Bengal and stuff, because I was doing consulting in Mumbai and it was doing very well in Mumbai that time. You must be knowing the company called Desmania Design. So I started that Mumbai branch that time, but now they have closed it. So it worked very well because there's so many projects we had done for Procter and Gamble, Marico, and all these people are there. So after starting, what we realized that okay, there are skills which are available. Okay, but those skills are like more than 30, 40 years. The same things that people are making. Okay, pottery means is the same matka kind of things people are making because that's the selling product for them. Okay, and to be very honest, they don't want to change also. Okay, for them, this kind of potters, for them, change is more like a nightmare. Okay, so initially we thought of giving a design to a potter, making giving that shape. Okay, asking him to produce for a small quantity and all. बट इसमें क्या हुआ, पहला दिन बहुत इंटरेस्ट दिखाया, हाँ करेंगे ये करेंगे, खुद कुछ बना भी लिया, बैम्बू का कुछ मोल्ड बना लिया, डाई बना लिया. दूसरा दिन देखा थोड़ा सा घर से निकलने में उसका देर हो गया, मैं बाहर बैठा रहा. तीसरा दिन देखा वो गायब है, घर में है ही नहीं. ओके, सो that's more of okay, they lose interest. Okay, but development process is like that. You should have hell lot of patience. Okay, there will be failure for sure. Okay, and clay as a material, don't think is so easy because it's readily available. I think the complex material is the clay. Plastic, you can decide shrinkage, you can say that okay, this thickness can be achieved, okay, this shape will be retained, but clay is something very peculiar, you don't have any control, to be very honest. Okay, so there are many methods we have adopted to come.
So Sandeep, we call it living material because it's living, yes. It's changing.
Exactly. It's very dynamic in the nature. Even season to season also it behaves so different. Rainy season we have different, summer is different, and winter is different. Okay, and even think of little bit of ingredient if it is different. Okay, let's say you have done something with you have added some silica powder, let's say. Okay, immediately it will change the dimension. It will have a workage which you can't predict. Okay, so it is very much different things all about it to talk about. So after having a failure in hand that okay, these guys are beyond control, इसको हम पकड़ भी नहीं सकते तो हमारा काम लेट हो जाएगा. So then we thought of developing in-house. Okay, gradually you started with a one-storied building, ground floor with all this setup, having few people who are actually jobless. Okay, they are मतलब कोई नौकरी वगैरह नहीं है, क्लब में घूमता रहता है, अड्डा मारते रहते हैं, घर में परेशान करते, इस टाइप का बंदा. It's more like okay, but we picked up those people who are having little bit of patience and steady hand. Okay, and that also out of 20-25 people, we just got hardly 4 people to work on it. So this is also another set of journey, recruiting people in that kind of area, okay, who can make things as per your intention or your design. Okay, so this is more like a fast lot of production. Okay, moving to straightway production. Then this is more like a different glimpse of the system where people started. It actually took 2 years to reach into that stage. Okay, 2 years to reach into that stage with the whole setup where at least 10-12 people are working, and all are having certain set of skills. So this is more like after 4 years of working, we have our own setup. This is the outside of the studio. Okay, I sit on the first floor. Okay, ground station is all. It's actually in the middle of a green area. Everywhere you can see only green. Okay, so there's no pollution, no honking sound. You can't see any honking sound here and there. Okay, it's a peaceful area. I can, maybe from mobile I can show my backyard also is having a nice area and shades and everything. I do walk outside also in that garden. All the electric points and connections are there. So I can not only in-house. What happened in 3 years down the line? Okay, we started developing ancillaries around. Okay, who are having skills. A person who is having a small injection molding machine, hand-sawed injection molding, some woodworking person. Okay, there's a lathe person which is there. Carpenter is also there. Then a person, a lady who can actually stitch well. Okay, making some, because we are again wrapping things inside a cloth bag instead of using plastic wrapper or anything. So this is the way we have actually developed many ancillaries. More than I think 34 or 35 ancillaries are there. We are connected with around let's say 30 kilometers of area. Okay, so this is the way we have actually collaborated with small units around us. This is another person who is coming from 35 kilometers. He used to make cooler. Okay, so what we have done, the person who is having skill of making cooler, the chai ka jo cooler hota hai, and he is selling it at 70 paisa per piece. Okay, even now, I think now it is 1 rupee 10 paisa per piece for a 70 ml cooler. So we have converted the same skill, we have converted into a design, and now we are selling these pieces around 25 rupees per piece. Okay, for mass selling, means bulk selling, but in market it is 75 rupees per piece. Okay, so from 75 paisa to 75 rupees per piece with the same person with the same skill, but with added some value and different application. It's not for chai, but it's for diya. Well, it's for basically for candles. Now, when you lit a candle inside your home during Diwali, let's say, what happens generally?
Breeze will come.
Breeze will come, it will blow up. And again, if it is small candle, most of it is actually spoiling the surface where you're putting it. And again, it's an open fire. Okay, so all this thing has been actually taken care. It's a entrapped place, nice play of the light, because these dots are actually, whenever that light is flickering, that reflection, that wall, you will getting that dancing lights around it. So that ambience, even if you have one piece and put it there and let all the switch off, let all the light goes off. Okay, you'll see that kind of ambience you can see. There are people who are, fitness consultancy are also buying this. In yoga room, they are placing this kind of, product. So even we never thought of this kind of application which will come. So this is the kind of range of products we have put, and this looks like that. We have last year we have sent a consignment to Canada also. Okay, so this is the way one skill has been moved from a small value-added product to a bigger one. Okay, which has gone into a different level altogether. So this is more like our strength. We do design innovation. Okay, the team always push ourselves down the line. Okay, आज ऐसा किया तो कल कैसा करेंगे. Okay, it's more like we have to keep on changing our direction sometimes. Some product line also we are changing, but we are very much dynamic in that sense. Okay, even all the machineries, all the fixtures, whatever we have, those are not standard product. We have made everything ourselves. जैसा चाहिए ऐसा हिसाब से हम लोग machine बना लिया. Okay, so these are not a standard machine which are available. So whatever is the need, that as per that we have constructed that machines. And skills when we talk about, these are the new skills we have actually developed. See what tools we have seen is basically a tool used for jewelry. Okay, we have increased the bit size and created that we will be using the same thing. So method is that is basically foot operated machine. You can control the speed of that evolving bit. So obviously the professionalism has been grown up. People have become sensible enough now to work in an environment. Everybody is punctual. They are all village people ultimately. Okay, they all are into that kind of mode to do something. So we have designers, engineers, artisans, infrastructure is there, and there is a system in place. So this is the kind of product line what we have right now. A decorative lighting is there, candle holders are there, planters, utility products are there, art and craft kit, festive essentials, interior elements. Even right now, one group of architects are coming from Taliganj in Kolkata. they want to see whether they have some government projects in hand to promote our product there. So this is the way we have been developed. Now I think after pandemic we are seeing a huge surge in inquiries. I don't know why it is happening, but frankly speaking, we don't have that capacity. That's the negative part of it. We can't scale up in that fashion that tomorrow I can deliver 1,000 pieces of light. It's a very slow process. Okay, and that's a nightmare for us, obviously. So there's some of the ceiling lights. What you see, all are terracotta, all are mitti. Okay, the flute, wall lights. So the table lights are there. You can see the base is cast aluminium. There's some of the candle holders. Everything has to be actually done, including the packaging and everything done in-house. There's some of the utility products. Now water bottles are selling very well. The summer has come, so everyone is looking for water bottles. These are the new additions. Okay, some of the planter kits, germination kits. This is a deep root watering system, which you have to now actually coming up in a big way. Some of the inquiries are coming from Delhi also. Is basically you don't have to pour the water on the top surface. You have to pour the water or the fertilizer in that pocket which is there. You can see that separate pocket which is there. So that clay itself is having a property that it can actually percolate the water from the outer surface. So gradually 2021 during pandemic, obviously we are closed. We started collaborating with others. Not only clay, we have actually moved into multiple verticals. And because I'm in the MSME panel also, I go for all these clusters for their training. Okay, in plastic also, as well as all these handicraft clusters. So we meet people there and try to collaborate with them. Now we are directly collaborating with the business of craft people. Earlier I used to go as a representative of Design Lipi to train people to improve design efficiency, reduce wastage and all this. So now we are craft Lipi is collaborating with those people because they started calling us during pandemic that they are jobless. So that time we have invested a lot, given them the project. Okay, we made products like yoga mat. Okay, because that time all people started buying yoga mat from Amazon.com with those thick puff model, which was like 2,500 rupees, 300 rupees for one piece. But we started making those green yoga mat, which is made of madur stick, okay, with a cushion at the bottom. And we are selling it 1,200 rupees, means from 3,000 rupees to 1,200 rupees, is much better. So that way we have added a lot of value. This is another person who actually worked a lot with us. This is the Madhu making, as I was talking about. So she is Rajashree, my wife. Okay, she generally handle the craft lipi as a business. She is handling it. So this is very much tedious process. Okay, during lockdown, everything was closed, everything was over. But he's actually a national awardee also, and started working during lockdown. And with few housewives, started supplying the product like 1,000 pieces in a month, kind of Madhu stick yoga mat. Even right now, it's been sold through Ukhai.com, which is a Tata brand. Okay, they are selling our yoga mats. Then moving to another person who, I don't know, surprisingly, how these people came to us. Things happen automatically. He is more like a person who is having only one skill, making dhuna sticks. Dhuna is a natural resin. Okay. So what we have done, we have that stand, a dhuna stand, okay, which is made of terracotta, and we started taking the stick from. We actually made that product for him only, so that we can collaborate. So this actually sold like a hotcake during festive times and last year Diwali. Okay, we got a huge bulk order from temples. Okay, so the even is having a good property of mosquito repellent. Okay, it's a good mosquito repellent also. So that way, this is the another vertical we have started, and we are actually gradually moving into multiple products, and that with the small, units and all, which can be bought. Then we started another collaboration with the Purulia unit, which is mainly women driven. Okay, they are making that sal leaf plates. Okay, why we thought of that sal leaf plates during lockdown? Because tell me, you must be spending a lot of time at home. What was the major hassle during lockdown for husband and wife?
Like cleaning.
Yes. So उसको वर्क फ्रॉम होम भी करना है, बर्तन भी धोना है, कुकिंग भी करना है, सब कुछ करना है. भाई तो नहीं आ रहा है ना. So ultimately all are sitting at home. So cleaning is more like a killing task. Okay. Now let's say you have your plate, you just put the sal leaf on it and have it and discard the sal leaf at the end. So you are actually not spoiling your utensils. Okay. And obviously it's a green product, it's biodegradable, you can just put it in the dustbin. It's not plastic product. And at the same time we are helping these people. देन अनदर सबसे परेशानी वाला क्या बात है, घर सफाई करना. ओके, घर का साफ भी रखना है. So because purpose for us going into this kind of segment, because we saw a huge drop in our sales during pandemic because nobody wants to buy lights. So we have to move into utility segment, isn't it? Where you think that okay, the product can be placed. So we have created a model also. Okay, so that it's more like a local business where one family, if it is wanting, he or she is wanting to have a small stock of our products and sell into that complex. Let's say 1,000 flat complex is there, and having 2 or 3 flat owners who is keeping stock of our this kind of products which can be supplied locally. So we have done a lot of during lockdown. Everybody is even people are working from home. Even I am also sitting in studio because my I stay upstairs only. But we connected people like that. So this is another way of adding value to a product, replacing Chinese plastic bowls. Now 2020 was a totally down market. That time I was working from home only. So we thought, okay, if light is not going, obviously Diwali is stuck. Means nobody is going to celebrate Diwali in that case. Okay. So, but do you think Indians will really skip the Diwali? Is possible? No,
Not really. No.
they will be ultimately celebrating it from home only instead of going out celebrating home. So we have to really revamp on the online market where that Diwali we can actually earn something. So what we have done, this is the first time we started making candles. Okay, so all the ladies workforce, whatever was there, I used to call them and train them because I learned it from online, all these YouTube tutorials and all, thanks to YouTube. So it is not obviously my forte, I never worked on that. Okay, connected some of the manufacturer of machineries in Gujarat. Okay, and Surat is there. Got the materials from Bangalore and Hyderabad on those weeks and everything specific for paraffin wax is different, spy wax is different, bead wax is different. All are having different ingredients, having properties. Understanding that, sourcing those material and getting those made in house with ladies. Okay, girls. So we started making this candles. Terracotta is always there. I'm not leaving terracotta.
big lamps. No, the size is large.
Okay. So gradually we moved, how just because of the force, or you can say the constant outside, we are changing ourselves like amoeba. Okay. So obviously you have to keep on evolving yourself with the new demand, new time, new, situation. So that's the way all designers should work ideally. So again, we have started working, but we are not able to finish this domain working, which is on bamboo. Okay, there are a few people who are working with us just to develop a new range of utility products, not bamboo lamps or something like that, or not even furniture. Okay, it's more of day-to-day utility products. Okay, a new range which we are creating. So that's why we name it as a nature's byproduct. Okay, all from the natural ingredients. So now we have multiple associates. We are working on the sabai grass. Okay, working on mat sticks, madhu stick. This is the yoga mat I was talking about with the bottom cushion. It's sold like hotcakes.
Sanbit, I like this yoga mat so much because it's got grip. It has got cotton.
Yes.
It is good for the skin. That foam mat is not good for the skin actually.
Exactly.
And it is more therapeutic also.
Yeah. Even frankly speaking, even I used to use that rubber mat. It was so slippery. After 2-3 uses, it was slippery. My kid used to get slipped on that. So this is having a natural grip. Okay. And again, another thing is that if you are having a sweat and it's absorbing and put it on the sunlight, it will be okay, perfectly okay. Okay.
It'll just dry off and become good. No?
Yes. This is another, natural fiber jute. Okay. I think jute became obsolete, but it's coming back again. So the kind of even day before yesterday, on Saturday only, there's one consignment had gone to Canada. Okay, there's people outside also looking for, because there are a lot of other things are also there. One thing has got stuck because of the color. Okay, that has to have certain, certification. Okay, so there are a huge thing which is generally not possible if you don't have a little bit of technical know-how. Okay, how to manage these things. Okay. So this is the sal leaf, what I was talking about. This areca leaf is also there. We are, just now we are talking about 30,000 pieces of this areca leaf for a government function. So it's more like whatever the natural product or nature byproduct, eco-friendly products, we want to promote those. And mostly those are made in villages. Okay. So it's more like the economy want to actually shift from that urban to rural areas. This is another madhu stick mat. Okay. So obviously we are, doing a lot of strategic partnership with multiple people. Okay. And you can see background is actually our showroom. Now it's ready. It's almost a year back. That picture was there. It's a showroom. We have our own product displayed there. People are coming and visiting. Okay. And ordering products as well as experiencing the products. And during the Diwali, we actually open up the whole setup so that people can come and experience. And right now we are, getting in touch with schools also, so that school students can also come and experience the clay as a material. So that's what about us, whatever we have done for so many years.